Welcome to Beyond the Badge. Beyond the Badge is an inside look at your Oshkosh Police Department, brought to you through the resources of Oshkosh Community Media Services.
Welcome to this edition of Beyond the Badge. I'm Joe Nichols. On today's show, we'll be talking with Officer Brendan Bunnett about body-worn cameras. Later in the show, we'll be talking with Lisa Nething from the Oshkosh YMCA about this year's Safety City. We welcome all of you watching us on GovTV and those of you listening to us on Oshkosh FM 101.9. Brendan, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Joel. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you very much for showing. And Brendan, you're new to the show, okay, first-time guest. So please tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm Brendan Bonnet. I work night shift patrol. I've been here at Oshkosh for 7 years, assigned to Area 1, which is down by the campus area. I also am part of the bike patrol team and work in Area 1.
Excellent, excellent. Hopefully you'll be able to ride the bike soon because hopefully the warmer weather comes.
Yes.
Yeah. So Brendan, body cameras, they are becoming a necessary piece of police equipment throughout the United States. What is the benefit of having body cameras for an officer?
Well, Joel, there's actually a lot of benefits to body cameras. For the individual officer, it gives a witness that is not biased whatsoever to the incident. A lot of citizens have cell phone cameras and record police officers, but it's nice for the officers to have video camera to record what's going on. Body cameras can also cut down on cost to the city, both in cost for personnel complaints. When somebody makes a complaint, they'll come in, they can view the video, and if it's a frivolous complaint, the video will exonerate the officer. Mm-hmm. Along the same lines of money savings is costs with court. The video camera can be an excellent evidence tool in that it can cut down on court costs by preventing officers from having to testify. And also it can be used as a training tool for officers to increase officer safety.
That's excellent, excellent. And I know that they're becoming quite popular throughout the United States. But we see that you have one of the body cameras on your uniform that you're wearing right now. Can you please explain to us, what are the parts of this camera system?
Sure. The camera I'm actually wearing today is mounted to my left collar here. Mm-hmm. And there's actually 3 parts to the camera system we're going to be using. The system we're going to be using is the Taser Axon Flex. Okay. So what I'm holding in my hand here is actually the battery pack. Okay. The battery pack will be mounted somewhere at the officer's choice. There will be a cord that runs from this battery pack to then the camera itself. The camera here is the storage device, the microphone, and is one self-contained unit. It's quite remarkable how much technology is actually packed into this small device.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. And we were just seeing that on screen, and it's not a very heavy piece of equipment, so it's not going to be taxing on the body as you're carrying this thing around.
Right.
And so is there another device? I heard that there were some glasses too that possibly would become available.
Sure. Right now, there's 2 mounting options available to the officers. One would be an epaulette mount, and then the other is the collar mount. There's other mounts available, one being the glasses mount, which probably offers the best point of view. There's some downsides to that, to include cost, and the mount itself doesn't work if you already have a prescription glasses.
Sure.
But like I said, it probably offers the best point of view, but there are some downsides.
Okay, and we're actually gonna see the camera here in working in just a second here. We had some video. It was a simulated situation
Right.
when we tested these cameras out a few years back, and we can probably roll the video right now. So, how is the camera system used?
Well, the camera system is always recording. The officer at the beginning of his shift will turn the camera on. It's constantly recording, and once the officer decides to actually start the recording, he presses the button to activate the recording. It'll record for up to 4 to 13 hours, depending on the quality, and then the officer then decides at what point then to shut the camera off.
Wow, and I mean, what we're seeing right now, this is very nice video, very clear. And I know this was probably taken on second shift,
Right.
with the son behind the officer that's demonstrating this. So there are many benefits to having the camera system.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, even the fact that he's in daylight right now, the cameras that we've selected are very good low light also. We selected this camera out of a couple different field trials that we had, and it just made more sense to use this camera given the video quality and the different mounting options.
Very good. Okay, so that is some very clear video. If you're videotaping, does the machine turn off off automatically, or do you have to manipulate that?
The officer has to decide when the camera is turned on and when the camera is turned off. It's very simple. It's 2 quick presses of the button, the center button on the battery pack to activate it, and then you hold the center button down for 4 to 5 seconds to shut the camera off.
Okay, all right, and that's pretty easy, easy convenience. I'm sure at times you might bump into something, but that's why it's there, and the officer has the ability to turn it on and off.
Right.
Okay, so how long can you actually tape?
Well, the recording itself is configurable for resolution or definition. So it can record up to 13 hours, but anywhere between 4 hours to 13 hours, depending on what the department selects as the video quality.
Okay, all right. And everyone's going to be having a video or a camera on them.
Right. Everybody on patrol is going to be issued one of the cameras.
Okay, excellent. So now your shift is done, or an incident has occurred, and now you've got to be able to download that. After you get the videotaping of an incident, how do you download this video?
Well, throughout the shift, officers are going to be plugging the camera itself into the computers in our squads so that we can tag the videos with the complaint number and what type of complaint it was. That way, at the end of our shift, all we have to do is plug the battery pack and the camera itself into a docking station, and it will automatically download to the internet.
Wow, technology, eh?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Because now, a question I'm sure that the audience is going to have, is can the video be manipulated in any way after it has been recorded?
The individual officer will not be able to manipulate the video whatsoever. They will be able to tag it with a complaint number or the type of complaint it is, but they will not be allowed to delete video. There are a few individuals at the police department who will have access to that, but it will be at the discretion of the chief of police of when videos are deleted. What you might end up with is a long, drawn-out video, and just to save storage space, they might cut out certain segments that there's no citizen interaction.
Okay, all right, which does save money, basically.
Right.
Okay, but it still does keep the fluent evidence chain
Right.
occurring.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the reasons we have these is to be transparent with the community, and there is a running log. When anybody does anything to the video, it'll be recorded on an auditing program.
Okay, very good, very good. So what kind of training is going to be required before an officer uses the camera?
Officers will undergo about 4 hours of training that will entail learning about the camera, how to activate it, how to deactivate it, some other problem-solving issues that might come up with the camera itself. Beyond that, they will have to learn how to document the complaint numbers on the video and tag the video. Also along with that is the policy training that's going to be huge. I mean, up to this day we have not had any cameras at the police department, and it's going to be a new experience for officers of when they have to turn the camera on, when they cannot turn the camera on, and then it comes down to some discretionary situations where it's up to the individual officer whether or not to tape that specific incident.
Excellent, excellent. It kind of controls everything so that we're getting the right pieces in place.
Right.
Absolutely. So, the officers, once they're trained, are they going to be able to use the technology?
It's very simple to use this system. The 4-hour training will be very thorough. It's a matter of turning the unit on at the beginning of your shift, making sure it is functioning, and then at whatever point you want to record, you press the center button on the battery pack twice, record for however long you want to, and then when you're done, hold it down. It's really that simple. And then at the end of the shift, taking it off and plugging it into a docking station is foolproof.
And then it recharges, downloads all the video.
Downloads the video, recharges, and it'll be ready to go by the next shift. Every officer will have their own video camera, and there'll be several spares in the event that one does break, but one will always be available for officers on patrol.
Okay, very good. What about the durability of these cameras? Are they pretty durable?
Yes, these are tested to military specifications, so not a problem. They record in, I believe it's negative 40-degree weather all the way up to 120-degree weather. So they really thought about the environment we will be working in.
Fantastic. And not 40 degrees below zero.
I hope not.
I think we had enough of that. So, you mentioned earlier that body cameras will assist in evidentiary value for police officers. How so?
Well, you've heard the phrase, a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Well, if that's the case, then a video is worth 1,000,000 words. Like I said, it's an unbiased witness that's there with us when we're interacting with the public. So if we're dealing with somebody who's maybe drunk and belligerent, the camera shows that better than I can probably document that or explain that to somebody in a jury. So it's very beneficial that way, dealing with drunk individuals, and also, like I said, protecting officers when they're doing the right thing but might get accused of doing something wrong.
Very good, very good. And it details the entire connection with that,
Right.
with the individual versus bits and pieces.
Right, and not only that, but when you start recording, it actually goes back 30 seconds at least, but it can be configured up to 2 minutes, where it goes back and starts recording 2 minutes from the time you actually decide to start recording.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, great technologies. Okay, so when are these cameras going to be coming out?
We have not been told an official, this is the day they'll hit the street. Right now we're working on solidifying the policy, getting that okayed through the legal department here, but sometime this year I would imagine they're on the road. We have all the equipment right now. It's just a matter of dotting the I's and crossing the T's before we'll see these on the road.
Fantastic. Well, this is going to be exciting. We're going to be seeing these soon, for sure this summer. And we really appreciate you coming on today's show and showing us the new body cameras.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome. Thank you. And we'll be right back after this short break with Lisa Nothing.
Hello, I'm City Manager Mark Roloff. Roundabouts are new to many of us in Oshkosh, so we have to take extra precaution when using them. Remember, safety is the key. Slow down. The speed limit in the roundabout is only 15 miles an hour. Avoid distractions. Focus all your attention on navigating the roundabout. Find the proper lane. Check out the signage leading up to the roundabout. Choose your lane assignment early and stay in your lane. Evaluate the situation. Take notice of what kind of vehicles are in front of you. Sometimes larger trucks need to take up both lanes of a roundabout. Think to look for pedestrians and allow them to cross when entering and exiting a roundabout. Yield to traffic on your left. You must yield to all traffic in the roundabout, and that traffic will be coming from your left. Again, safety is the key. Remember that word and what those letters represent, and your roundabout driving experience will be a smooth one. Thanks for your support.
Welcome back to Beyond the Badge. We are here with Lisa Nothing, the Family and Special Events Director at the Oshkosh Community YMCA. Lisa, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're very welcome, and thank you for coming in and talking with us about this year's Safety City. Please remind our viewers and listeners a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I'm Lisa Nothing, the Family and Special Events Director at the Oshkosh YMCA. I oversee all the birthday parties, any after-hour rentals, family prime times. I also oversee some specialty programs such as Family Bingo Night, Healthy Kids Day, Mother-Son Dance, Daddy-Daughter Dance,
Wow.
and Safety City, and also a Tech Adventure Camp.
Fantastic. So you're wearing lots of hats over at the YMCA.
Yes.
Yeah. So this will be the fourth year that the Oshkosh Community YMCA will be hosting and holding Safety City.
Mm-hmm.
How has the program been accepted by members and families?
Sure, we've had a great response, very positive, and people are just looking forward to having their children become familiar with some different safety topics.
Oh, yeah.
And it's great because I always hear a story too throughout the year. It's a program that we offer in the summer, but I hear stories year round about members saying, my child was in the driveway and yelled at a car to slow down, the speed limit is 25. So it's a year-round learning.
Absolutely, and I know for a fact that some of the parents are reminded by the kids, stop, drop, and roll for fires.
Right.
Make sure you look left, right, left before crossing the street. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
So, okay, can you briefly describe for us what is Safety City?
Sure. So Safety City, it's a kid-sized mock-up of a city consisting of a map with street signs and buildings. So some of the buildings that we have are the police and fire department buildings. Some of our signs are a stop sign, yield sign, and a working railroad crossing sign.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So they actually get the feeling of actually being out on a city street, but it's kid size.
Sure. And then the children start to go through the city as a pedestrian. They learn those rules, and then they go into a bicyclist and then a motorist as well. And then they're instructed on personal safety, fire safety, and other safety topics.
Fantastic. Excellent. So this year, is Safety City going to be seeing any changes?
Yes, we're going to be focusing on some real life situations. What would you do if you're out on a bike ride and have a flat tire?
Okay.
Or, and also talk about the bike fitting and what type of materials you should have on your bike and what you yourself should be wearing if you're biking at night.
Fantastic. Well, that's awesome. And this is, of course, the 13th year. The Safety City is in the city of Oshkosh. Started in 2004 at the YMCA on 20th Avenue, moved to the Fox Valley Technical College a year later. So the registration, is coming up, and it probably already started.
Yes.
How can parents sign up their children for Safety City?
Sure, a few different ways. You can log into our website, www.oshkoshymca.org. You could go into person at either YMCA location and fill out a registration form.
All right.
Or call, and we'd be happy to mail one.
Fantastic. Excellent. And now, what are some other things that the kids are going to see at Safety City?
Sure. So we do a type of classroom setting as well, where we see some videos, learn some songs, and then when moving on to the outside, you'll actually be able to see like the fire trucks and the safe house
Okay.
and members of the community coming in to help.
Fantastic. And I know there's a lot of partners that come in
Yes.
and assist with Safety City. That's awesome. So what are some of the other topics that'll be covered?
Sure. Some of the topics that we will be covering will be bus safety, pet safety, poison, gun safety, safe touch. Those are a few.
Okay, excellent. And we've got representatives throughout the community that will be in to talk about those specific subjects.
Correct.
Yeah, excellent. And I know for a fact, pet safety, they bring in an actual dog and okay, can I pet the dog, that type of thing.
Right. With the pet safety for classroom, we learn about that, and then we have a graduation. So on the last day of Safety City, they will be bringing in a live dog, a real dog, and then they'll be able to practice what they learned.
Fantastic. That is awesome. And one of the questions that is frequently asked is, if my child has been to Safety City once, can they come back a second time?
Absolutely. I feel it's always a great refresher. There's, new topics, just a great refresher for all kids to remember safety topics.
Okay, and I know for a fact it takes about 1,000 repetitions
Yes.
to get used to the same thing. And for the kids that are listening out there, that's why your parents remind you every time to clean your room, that
Right.
type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are the dates for this year's Safety City?
Sure. Our dates are June 13th to June 16th,
Okay.
9 a.m. to noon.
All right.
And then we have an afternoon class, 1 to 4.
Okay.
And then June 20th to 23rd at 9 a.m. to noon. And then Safety City 2 is ages 7 to 9. That's June 20th to the 23rd, 1 to 4. Now, Safety City is held at Most Blessed Sacrament, the St. Peter's site,
Okay.
and that address is 449 High Avenue.
Okay, very good. And it's a nice facility.
Yes.
Yeah, and the mat fits in just perfectly.
Yes, it works out great.
absolutely.
And then we utilize the classrooms for the classroom discussion.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Just one of the things that we talk about, Safety City 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're actually going to be doing some other special things for the older kids. What are those things?
Sure. So Safety City 2 is for ages 7 to 9. With that, with the Safe House, we do a little bit more in depth there, where we learn more about kitchen safety and a little bit more about bedroom safety. And the neat thing is, with Safety City 2, we actually go on a bike rodeo out into the community.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Take the
Mm-hmm.
ride, make sure that their helmets are on, crossing the street.
Sure, obey all traffic signals and other signals, and just really learning real life what the traffic and how you would do that.
Fantastic. Oh, that's awesome. All right. I know that some parents might have a question. Is there a fee to belong to Safety City or come to Safety City?
Yes, there is. A YMCA member fee is $36. An activity member is $46. And that includes each participant will receive a bike helmet, a t-shirt, and a daily snack.
Oh, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And some excellent training as well.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. If someone is watching or listening to us today and they're interested, just a reminder, how would they contact to have their kids part of Safety City?
Sure. They can contact the YMCA, or they can contact myself directly, Lisa Nething. My direct line is 230-8439, and my extension is 123.
Okay, excellent. Now, we're always looking for volunteers,
Mm-hmm.
And volunteering is excellent. It's something for, especially high school kids, college kids. They can put it on their resume and say, hey, I was part of Safety City and volunteering. If someone wants to volunteer, how would they do that?
Absolutely. They should contact me. And then there's many different volunteer activities that they could do. We need help with properly fitting bike helmets,
Okay.
as well as helping out in the classroom style. And then once we go into the gym on the big mat and having the kids start going on the bike, sometimes some of our friends need a little bit of help adjusting with that. And then also with the older kids, physically going out into the community on a bike ride with us.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that they're going to have to pass a background check. Somehow,
Yes, absolutely.
working
Yep,
with
there
the
will be a
kids.
form they need to fill out.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, well, I'll see you there at Safety City this
Sounds
summer.
good.
And
Yeah.
looking forward to it again this year. Thank you so very much
Thank
for
you.
coming on today's show and talking with us about Safety City. Okay, and we'll be right back after this short break.
If you have expired or unused medication, don't flush it, pour it down the drain, or toss it in the trash. Safely dispose of unwanted or expired medications at the drug drop box located inside the Oshkosh Police Department. It's convenient and anonymous, safe and secure, and it's open to everyone 24/7. Drop off your prescriptions, over-the-counter drugs, pet meds, and more. Keep drugs out of the reach of children and out of our water supply. Dispose of unwanted or expired medications at the drug drop box. For more information, visit the Oshkosh Police Department website at oshkoshpd.com.
Welcome back to Beyond the Badge. We thank Officer Brendan Bonnet and Lisa Nething for talking with us today. We hope that you enjoyed today's show. For replay times, check out oshkoshmedia.org or the Oshkosh Police Department website at oshkoshpd.com. If you missed a show or want to watch the show again, remember you can always catch us on streaming video at oshkoshmedia.org. Just a reminder for our citizens, the city of Oshkosh has been receiving numerous phone calls from people stating they're from the IRS. And this is something that we want to share information to everyone that we know. It's due to the fact that these are scams, and we got to be, ever present and always remembering that even though somebody calls and they say that they're an organization such as the IRS, FBI, maybe a credit card company, never give them information such as your personal information or financial information. If you happen to know for a fact that the IRS is not calling you, and you get that phone call stating, this is the IRS, you're going to be sued, you're going to be arrested, you're going to be taken to jail if you do not pay your previous taxes, all you have to do is tell them, I know it's a scam, and hang up the phone. We do take phone calls from citizens, and they let us know the numbers that these scam artists are calling from. I, once in a while, will attempt to contact these people and let them know as well that we know it's a scam, and to stop calling our citizens. But the best thing you can do is remember that you are in control. Never give out your information to anyone identifying themselves as someone from the IRS, the FBI, or another agency. So we want you to make sure and be safe about that. We also want to thank you again for watching Beyond the Badge. And until next time, remember that the bicyclists are growing in numerous numbers out there, and we need to share the road with everyone for an enjoyable summer. Until next time, stay safe.